told this story years ago, I think. Doesn't matter because I just got an update. Years ago, guy in the office. He was making a living as an inspector. He was a guy you'd hire before you closed on the house to tell you what was wrong with the place. The conversation we had, I could tell there was more to this man, much more. So I asked, and he said, well, Doc, I had all my eggs in one basket. Basket broke, and so did I. Here's the story. He was a big deal contractor. Offices in several states, corporate jet. This was all in the 1970s. Even had a cell phone, and don't ask what that cost. Doesn't matter, because in that day, in his words, his personal, not corporate, his personal checking account would often have millions of dollars in multiples, 7 to 10 million in his personal account, which would bottom out just as fast as it'd be refilled. And this went on for years as his expertise and portfolio grew. And over time, his business interests focused. His successes multiplied, and the more successful he became, arrogance followed right along. Or maybe arrogance led the way. I mean, if you swap out arrogance with confidence, you pretty much find yourself in the same place. His business, mostly catering to the United States Navy, millions of dollars in contracts, hundreds of million dollars. And then one day he said, there was this dry dock, and I just had to have it. And all of his well-paid, cowardly, risk-averse lawyers said, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. His reply, well, clearly you ain't me. So he buys the dry dock business, which specialized in catering to and repairing nuclear submarines. The ink isn't even dry on the contract when, it was the very next day, a wall of concrete lining the dry dock, delaminated. It falls from the wall and it's severed, that is, it cuts in half the cooling system to a nuclear submarine, which happened to be owned by the United States government. This set off a series of events which lasted a decade, during which time he lost his planes, his cell phone, his lawyers. The bank account was lucky to see $7 to $10 and not $1 million in sight, except for the debts and canceled contracts. And all those business friends are now plaintiffs. And when it was all said and done, the divorce, that is, between the United States government and this man, he said, I had $200 in my pocket. Now, I hadn't seen this guy in years. I forgot his face. And I'm glad to see him again, glad to know he was doing well. Now, who could forget that story? I sat in my office feeling kind of melancholy, sad for this man, until I saw him drive away. Not sure the make or the model of the car, other than it was newer than mine, smaller than mine, only had 2 doors, and I knew it had to be foreign. This is Scott Donaldson. Peace. If you like what you see here, I'd ask you to subscribe, like, and to share. If you don't like it, I'm not talking to you. Tune in regularly. We'll be putting shows out. Peace.